So hi, my name's Laura and I'll be running the session today. So welcome to everyone who watched and participated in our previous sessions, and to those of you who are watching for the first time, we look forward to having you with us. So today's session is aimed at people who are living with dementia in its early to moderate stages. You may find it particularly useful if you're experiencing difficulties with concentration and memory. So today's session will be broken down into 3 parts. We'll do some hand and finger exercises to challenge our minds to begin with, a cognitive exercise based on judging colour and words to follow, and then we'll finish with a guided meditation. So if you have any questions or require any further information, then please do type into the comments box below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So if you've just joined us, this session is aimed at people who are living with dementia in its early or more moderate stages. It is great if family members and carers can participate in this session too. But perhaps if you're not in the same location just now, you could arrange to watch the session remotely at the same time and then talk about it together later. So again, the session will be broken down into 3 parts, with finger and hand exercises to begin with to challenge our brains, a puzzle based on colours and words to follow, and then a guided meditation to finish. This session can be rewatched as many times as you need or want to. So let's get started. So we're going to do some hand exercises, first to warm up and then some more challenging ones. And these ones can really help to boost our concentration, to stimulate both sides of our brains and encourage new connections to be made right the way throughout our brains. So they're really worthwhile to do and can be great fun. If there's somebody else in the house with you just now that you think would like to join us for this, then now's a great time to ask them to come through and we can do this together. So let's begin by doing some warm-up exercises for our hands. So if we bring both our hands in front of us like this, okay, and then we'll stretch our fingers right out as far as they'll go, and then we'll bring our hands back down into a clenched position again. So stretch our fingers right out, extend them as far as they'll go, and then back into a relaxed position like this, relaxed fist. Then extend our fingers right out, and then back. So we're going to repeat this exercise 10 times. Please do count aloud with me as we go through it. And the music that I've chosen for us to do this exercise to today is Theme from a Summer Place by Percy Faith. Okay, so here we go. So 1, stretch your fingers out and back. 2, and back. And 3, and back, and 4, and back, and 5, stretch your fingers right out and back, and 6, and back, and 7, and back, 8, extend your fingers and back, 9, nearly there, and back, and last one, 10. Lovely. Now the next exercise is going to look at our fingertips and also our hands and our arms. So if we bring our hands in front of us in prayer position and have our palms and fingers touching, and our fingers should be spread out. So from the side your hands should look like this, your fingers spread right out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull our palms apart, lift up our elbows, so we've just got our fingertips touching. Okay, and then we're going to bring our elbows back down and have our palms and fingers touching again. And our fingers still should be spread out like this. Okay, so palms and fingers touching. We're going to pull our palms apart, lift up our elbows, keep our fingertips touching, then bring our elbows back down. So we'll do that another time. Pull your palms apart, lift your elbows up, fingertips touching, and back down. So again, we're going to do this 10 times, so do count aloud with me if you like. Okay, here we go. So 1, elbows up, palms apart, fingertips touching and down. And 2, palms apart, elbows up, fingertips touching and down. 3, pull your palms apart, lift your elbows up and down. And 4, palms apart, elbows up and down. and 5, palms apart, there we go, and down. This time we're going to go a bit more quickly, okay? So 6, up and down, 7, and 8, and 9, last one, 10, there we go. Now we're going to look at how we can make our fingers a bit more dexterous now. So we're going to be using both of our hands for this. So bring both hands up in front of you and touch your index fingers to your thumbs, okay? Then change and touch your middle fingers to your thumbs, and then your 4th fingers to your thumbs, and then your pinky, and then back to your 4th finger, your middle finger, and your index finger again. We'll do that again. So index finger and thumb, both hands, then swap over to your middle finger, then your 4th finger, your pinky, then back, so your 4th finger and thumb are touching, middle finger and thumb, and your index finger. Very good. Let's try it a bit more quickly this time, see how we get on. Okay, so index, middle, 4th, pinky, 4th, middle, index finger. Do it again. Index, middle, 4th, pinky, 4th, middle, index. Can we do it even more quickly, I wonder? Let's try. Okay. Not too bad. Do it again. One more time. Very good. Now we're going to move on to the more challenging exercises. So bring both your hands in front of you and have them in relaxed fists like this. So in your right hand, I'd like you to extend your thumb. Okay, so you have your thumb sticking out in your right hand, and on your left hand, extend your pinky. Then I'd like you to swap that over so that on your left hand you've got your thumb extended and your right hand you've got your pinky extended, and try and do it at the same time. You'll probably find it's really difficult the first few times you do it. Your brain has to work really hard because you're asking both of your hands to do something different at the same time, and that's really challenging for us. But it's really good. It really helps boost our concentration and creates lots of new pathways in our brain. Let's try and keep swapping over from side to side. So let's go back to having our thumb extended on our right hand and our pinky extended on our left hand. And then just keep practicing swapping over, and then see how quickly you can do it eventually, because it should get easier and easier with time, but it still requires quite a lot of concentration. So another exercise that's quite similar to this. Bring both your hands in front of you again and have your fingers straight in your right hand, and bring your left hand into a fist like this. Then put your fingertips on your right hand against the side of your left hand, just below where your pinky is. Okay. And then again, swap your hands over so that your right hand becomes the fist and your left hand fingers are straight and your left hand is touching the side of your right. And again, just keep swapping this over. At first, you probably find you have to concentrate really hard to make this happen. Then again, it should get a bit easier over time. So keep practicing, and I hope you enjoy doing these brain boosting activities. So what we're going to do now can really help to boost our concentration, the way we pay attention to things, and also how we process information. If there's somebody else in your house that you would like to join us for this, do give them a shout just now. So this is based on something called the Stroop Effect, and it was named after a psychologist who in the 1930s found out what happens when we receive information that's conflicting and we have to choose what information to pay attention to. So in this case, we're going to be looking at words that are spelling out particular colours. But the colours that the words are spelling are different to the colour that they are printed in. So for example, here the word spells red, but it's printed in blue. And if we were asked to identify the colour here, the colour is blue. Now it's quite a tricky thing to do, but it can really help us with our concentration and how we focus and pay attention to things. So we'll begin with an easy warm-up round where the words and colours are exactly the same. Then we'll do a couple of rounds where the words and colours are different, and then finally a mixture of all the different rounds to really test us. So let's get started. Here's round one. So in this first round, the colours and words are the same, so just say out loud exactly what you see. How did you find that? Was it okay? Let's have a look at the answers. So first of all, we have blue. And then the answer to the next one is black, followed by green, pink, orange, and brown. So that was quite a straightforward one to start with. The words and colours were both exactly the same. So let's have a go at round two. So in round two, the colours and the words are different, but again, just read out what the word says, not the colour you see, but what the word says. How did you find round two? Let's have a look at the answers. So the word is red, the colour is yellow, but we were just asked to name the word, so the answer is red. So here the word is yellow, it's printed in blue, but we're just naming the word, so the answer is yellow. Here the word is blue, it's printed in black, but the answer is blue because we're just naming the words, we're just saying the text. Here the answer is black, green, okay, round three, this is the trickiest one so far. So the words and colours are different again, but this time just say out loud the colour you see, not what the word spells, but just the colour that the text is printed in. This should feel a bit more challenging. Let's have a go. How did you find that? Did you find it took a bit longer and was a bit harder to do? That's the effect that most people experience. So let's have a look at the answers. So here the word that is printed is red, but the colour is printed in is blue, and we were asked to name the colour, so the answer here is blue. The next one, the word spells yellow, but it's printed in black, so the answer here is black. The word is blue, but it's printed in green, so the answer is green. The word spells black, but it's printed in pink, so the answer is pink. So we're naming the colour here in this round. Here, the word spells green, but it's printed in red, so the correct answer would be red. Let's have a go at round 4. So this round's going to be a mixture of both the first and the third round. So sometimes the word will be printed in the same colour as it's being spelt, and sometimes it'll be different. So only say out loud the colour that you see, not the text, just the colour. Let's go. So how did you find the last round? Was it quite challenging? Let's have a look at the answers now. So the first one, the answer was red, an easy one to get started. So the word spelt red and it was printed in red. So again, we're naming the colour. The next one, the word was green, but it was printed in blue. So the answer is blue. The word here spelt yellow, but was printed in pink, so the correct answer would be pink. Another easy one here, so the word spelt black, and the colour it was printed in was black, so the answer was black. Here the word spelt blue, but was printed in orange, so the answer is orange. The next one, the word spelt orange, but was printed in green, so the correct answer would be green. And finally, the word spelt pink, but was printed in brown, so the answer would be brown. I hope you enjoyed doing these. Maybe if you tried it again, you could time yourself to see how long it takes you to identify the colour that the text is printed in, and maybe you'll get faster over time. But thank you so much for joining me for this activity. I hope you enjoyed taking part. So now we're going to try a short guided meditation. Now you might like to practice this on your own, or you might wish a family member, friend or caregiver to take part in this with you. So do ask them to join us if they're around. Now some of you might already practice meditation, you might have tried it in the past, but for some of you this might be your first experience of it. So we're going to try a short meditation today based on mindfulness, where we focus on our breathing so that we don't become too distracted and affected by all the thoughts and emotions that can come drifting into our minds. So we can observe these thoughts and emotions as they come and then just let them go again without focusing on them too much. And we can do this by bringing our attention back to our breath in the present moment. So meditation is thought to bring many health benefits. Because it's a practice based on focusing our attention and being aware of when it drifts, regular practice can have a lasting effect and can really improve our focus, even when we're not meditating. And also, because it prevents us from becoming too involved in all our different thoughts and emotions that come into our minds, we can begin to feel more relaxed and a bit less anxious about things. So let's begin. So we'll start just by sitting back in our chairs, relaxing and getting comfortable wherever you are. Now we'll start with our eyes open, and we'll just look straight ahead with a soft gaze. We're not staring too hard at anything, just looking ahead softly. And then we'll begin by taking a couple of deep breaths. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and then out through our mouths. And we'll do that again. So breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth again. So the next time that we breathe out, we're going to close our eyes. So breathe in, breathe out and close your eyes. Now as you close your eyes, begin to be aware of the weight of your body as you exhale and begin to relax. You can also start to bring your attention to the different physical sensations that you're aware of. So perhaps the way that your feet are placed on the floor, the feeling of the chair in the back of your legs, maybe the way the hands are resting on your lap or on the arms of the chair. Now we're going to bring our attention to the different sounds that we can hear in our environment. So that might be an awareness of the music that's playing. Maybe you can hear birds singing through the window. Or maybe there's other sounds coming from within your home. So just bring your attention to them. Now we're going to bring our attention back to our bodies. So starting from the very top of the head, we're going to scan our bodies from the top to the bottom. And just bring awareness to all our different parts and observing whether they feel tense or if they feel relaxed. We're not trying to change anything. We're just observing how they are. To think about how your neck feels, maybe your shoulders, your spine, your hands and arms, right the way down to your legs and your feet. So now we're going to bring our attention back to our breath. So as we breathe in, we often experience a rise in our bodies. So it might be our abdomen or our chest, maybe our shoulders. And then when we exhale, our body falls again. Now we're going to start to count our breaths to help us really focus on them. So we can count 1 when we inhale, and then 2 as we exhale. And we'll count all the way up to 10. And once you reach 10, you can start at the beginning again. Just do this in your own time, with your own breath. You may find that your mind wanders off, and that's totally natural. But once you become aware that your mind's wandered off, that's when you can bring it back to the breath again and to the point where you left off and begin counting once again. Keep paying attention to the breath as your chest rises and falls. Okay, so we're coming towards the end now. So we're going to bring our awareness back to the physical sensations that we're experiencing. So we can pay attention again to how our feet feel against the floor, how our arms feel resting on the arms of the chair, or our hands in our laps. The feeling of the chair against our legs. Again, pay attention to the sounds that you can hear in your environment. Okay, and open your eyes. You might want to have a stretch. And then just sit back in your chair for a couple of minutes and relax. So how do you feel? Do you feel a bit calmer and a bit more relaxed than before? Or is your mind still quite busy? That's totally natural. This is just the beginning. So if you think that meditation is something you'd like to try a bit more of, you can watch this video as many times as you like. Thank you for joining me for this practice today. So it's important that we all continue to take care, to live well and to live safely. So thank you so much for joining us for this session. I hope that you enjoyed taking part as much as I did presenting it to you. So at Care Visions, it's really important to us to keep improving and to find out how we can provide a better experience for you all. So we'd really appreciate it if you could please take a couple of minutes to provide some feedback through our feedback survey. The link for this is just below on this YouTube page. We'll be uploading new sessions on a regular basis, so please do visit our website to see the latest information and to subscribe to our mailing list. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We look forward to connecting with you again next time. Take care and stay safe. Bye bye for now.